Welcome back to the morning show on this Monday. It's a great day to learn about agriculture in Central Illinois, and what better way to do so than with our Ag in the Classroom segment. With me now, Sarah Kaper from the Champaign County Farm Bureau Foundation. Sarah, great to have you here again this morning. Last week, we were burning up with our ag lesson.
We were popping some popcorn.
Popping popcorn. This week looks a little different. I think we're doing some digestion.
We are. We're doing digestion, and when I go into schools and talk about a monogastric versus a rumination, the kids they don't understand what that is. So we are monogastric. We have one stomach.
One stomach. That's key.
But a cow has 4 compartments to one stomach.
Oh, interesting.
And so the digestion is a little bit different. So what I like to show them is the process of digestion for a ruminant.
Okay.
So here we go.
This is a good demonstration.
So
we've got all the parts.
We've got all the parts. We're going to run through it. Now, remember, a cow chews and re-chews things over and over again. So we don't have time to go through all of the steps of re-chewing, but we're going to kind of work our way through. So we have potato sticks over there. That simulates the food that a cow would eat, hay, grasses, and things like that. So we have put those in this first bag labeled mouth. So Jacob, would you take your fingers and just kind of break those down?
Sure.
We've also added some water. The water is like saliva, breaking those down into little pieces. Now, if you'll take this spoon, you'll notice that it's labeled esophagus.
Okay.
So unzip that mouth and use that esophagus. By the way, their esophagus, a cow's esophagus is bilateral. It can move things back or it can move things up. Because you know they chew
kind of like chewing. Yeah.
So it is going to all go in here. We pretend that is the esophagus. Get as much in there as you can.
You want another? Okay.
And in the rumen, that's the largest compartment, and it's like a fermentation vat, okay? It holds all of that food. And also in there, there's liquids. So if you'll take a little bit of water, we can leave that in there, and add that. The rumen has lots of water and liquid to help break down the food a little bit more, a little bit more. Now the other thing, you can stop. The other thing it has is microbes that help break down the food. So there's some pop rocks.
Pop rocks is what we're using.
We're going to use those as microbes. So pour a few of those in, maybe about a tablespoon, but you can kind of guess.
You know, when I cook, I eyeball, so that works out great.
That's perfect. So you can hear those popping in there, and that simulates, and you can work that through.
Can you hear that? Can you hear that popping in there?
I can hear it.
Yeah.
Hear
the microphone.
Yeah, it's breaking that food down even farther. Now, this takes a little bit longer, but we're going to stop right there, and we're going to move on. So unzip that. Okay. And then it's going to move through from the rumen to something called the reticulum, which is the hardware stomach.
Do I use
so
the
you
esophagus?
can actually pour it in there. Might be a little bit easier. And the reticulum is a strainer, and it actually filters through chunks of food, but it also does something else really interesting. It's a hardware stomach because sometimes cows will eat nails and barbed wire and other things. So it filters through all of those things into another compartment called the omasum. And as it does, that omasum has a paper towel in it because it's absorbent. Now, if you'll take the reticulum, and you'll notice we've captured all of our solids in there.
Yep.
The reticulum would go into the abomasum.
The abomasum.
And the abomasum is very much like our stomach. It is a compartment with solids, but it also has a little bit of acid in it. Use that sparkling water there.
All right.
And that acid will break things down even farther.
Okay.
And it works it through. So we've done the rumen, the reticulum, the omasum, and now the abomasum, breaking it down. And of course, just like humans, there's a small intestine and a large intestine, both absorbent. And so
this would go into there.
This would go into there. And the finished product, after it's absorbed, would be a solid here in the large intestine.
And a solid, that would be manure.
That would be manure. You're right. And even that has some pop rocks in it because it has microbes that break things down.
Fascinating. It's really kind of cool, the hands-on lesson and the mess there. You can see that graphic as well showing all those different compartments. I got to say real quick, we're mono-ruminant, is that the term?
We're monogastric.
Monogastric, okay. Well, I have a hollow leg too, so.
Oh.
All right, this is a great lesson. Love it. A lot of fun. Kids are going to have a great time learning about it. If you want more on this lesson or any Ag in the Classroom lessons we've done, head to our website, wcia.com/Ag in the Classroom.